Picture this. You're standing in line at Target and you pull out your credit card. The one with the sleek metal design that makes that satisfying thunk when you set it down. You just earned 2% cash back on this purchase. You feel smart. You feel like you're beating the system. Meanwhile, the person behind you in line is paying with a debit card, getting nothing back. And you think to yourself, they just don't understand how money works. Here's the thing. You're not beating the system. You are the system. And the person behind you, they just paid for your rewards. Look, I know that sounds crazy. You earned those points fair and square, right? You paid your bill on time, you played by the rules. But what if I told you that credit card rewards represent one of the largest upward wealth transfers in modern America? That every time you earn cash back, someone else is losing money to give it to you. And that someone is almost always poorer than you are. My name is Mamun, and I spend way too much time thinking about how the financial system is designed to look like it's helping you while it's actually picking your pocket. If you're someone who uses credit cards and genuinely wants to understand whether you're actually winning this game or just being played, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Because today, we're going to dismantle one of personal finance's most sacred cows. We're going to look at the math, the psychology, and the uncomfortable truth about who really pays for your travel rewards. And I promise you, by the end of this video, you're going to see your wallet very differently. Let's start with what seems like a simple question. Where does your cash back actually come from? Most people think it comes from the credit card company's profits, like Visa or MasterCard or American Express are just so generous they're willing to give you 2% of every purchase out of the goodness of their hearts. No. These are some of the most profitable companies in America. Chase made $48 billion in revenue from their credit card division alone in 2023. They're not running a charity. So where does the money come from? It comes from merchant fees. Every time you swipe your credit card, the merchant pays a fee. This is called an interchange fee, and it typically ranges from 1.5 to 3.5% of your purchase. When you buy a $100 pair of shoes, the shoe store might pay $3 to the credit card network. That $3 gets split between your bank, the credit card network, and the payment processor. Now, you might be thinking, okay, so the merchant pays the fee, what's the problem? That's just the cost of doing business. And here's where it gets really interesting. Merchants don't just eat these costs. They can't. Their margins are too thin. So they do what any rational business does. They raise prices for everyone. The Federal Reserve Bank of Boston conducted a study that found that merchant fees add approximately 1.2% to the price of all goods across the board, whether you pay with credit card, debit card, or cash. Let me say that again. The price of everything you buy is roughly 1.2% higher because credit card rewards exist. That means the person paying with cash is paying higher prices to subsidize your rewards. The person using a debit card is paying higher prices to subsidize your rewards. The person using a basic credit card with no rewards is paying higher prices to subsidize your premium rewards card. Here's the thing that makes this really insidious. Who uses premium rewards cards? People with higher credit scores, people with more income. According to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, 68% of credit card rewards go to households making over $75,000 a year. These are the people with the Chase Sapphire Reserve cards, the American Express Platinum cards, the cards with the $600 annual fees that come with airport lounge access and travel credits. And who pays with cash or basic debit cards? Lower-income Americans, people who can't qualify for credit cards because their scores are too low, people who are underbanked, people living paycheck to paycheck, who can't afford to float purchases on credit until the end of the month. So let me paint you the picture clearly. Every single person shopping at that Target is paying higher prices because credit card rewards exist, but only the wealthier customers are getting those rewards back. The poorer customers are paying elevated prices and getting nothing in return. They are literally subsidizing the travel and cash back of people who make more money than they do. A study by the Federal Reserve quantified this. They found that each year, the poorest Americans effectively transfer $150 per person to the wealthiest Americans through this system. Multiply that across millions of households, and you're looking at billions of dollars in annual wealth transfer from the bottom to the top. Now, here's where the psychology gets fascinating, because you don't feel like you're taking money from poor people. You feel like you're being smart with money. I used to think this way too. I had my whole system figured out. I used one card for gas, another for groceries, a third for travel, a fourth for dining. I was maximizing my points across 5 different cards. I felt like a financial genius. I was beating the banks at their own game. Except I wasn't. The banks designed the game. They wanted me to feel this way. Because while I was congratulating myself on earning 3% cash back at restaurants, I was spending 17% more at restaurants than I would have if I'd been paying with cash. This is what researchers call the credit card premium. When people pay with plastic instead of cash, they spend significantly more. Some studies show the increase is as high as 23% for certain purchase categories. Look, there's something psychological about handing over physical cash. You feel it leaving your hand. There's a tiny bit of pain. Credit cards eliminate that pain. They turn spending into an abstract game where the points you earn feel more real than the money you're spending. The credit card companies know this. This is exactly why they invest billions of dollars into making their rewards programs feel exciting and tangible. They give your points fancy names. They're not just points, they're ultimate rewards points, or membership rewards points, or thank you points. They create elaborate redemption portals where you can shop with your points. They send you monthly summaries showing how much you saved with your rewards, carefully ignoring how much extra you spent to earn them. And here's what most people don't realize. Even if you pay your bill in full every single month and never pay a penny of interest, you're probably still losing money on this deal, because the credit card premium eats up more than your rewards give back. If you're earning 2% cash back but spending 15% more because you're using credit, you're still down 13%. The math is not on your side. Now you might be thinking, Mamun, I track my spending, I budget. I don't spend more just because I'm using a credit card. And maybe you're right. Maybe you're one of the rare disciplined few. But let me ask you this, are you absolutely certain? Because the data shows that even people who believe they're not affected by the credit card premium still spend more when using cards. There's also another psychological trap. It's called mental accounting. When you earn credit card rewards, you tend to mentally file that money in a separate category from your regular income. It feels like free money, like house money at a casino, so you spend it differently. You splurge on that flight upgrade, you book the nicer hotel, you treat yourself to the fancy restaurant. You wouldn't have spent your actual paycheck this way, but hey, it's just points, right? Except those points came from your actual spending. You just convinced yourself they appeared out of thin air. Here's where things get darker, because we haven't even talked about the people who don't pay their bills in full every month. According to the Federal Reserve, 45% of credit card holders carry a balance from month to month. These are the people paying interest. And the average credit card interest rate in America right now is hovering around 21%. 21%! That's not a rate, that's a mugging. Let me show you what this looks like with real numbers. Say you have $5,000 in credit card debt. You're making minimum payments of about $150 a month. At 21% interest, do you know how long it will take you to pay off that balance? 13 years, and you'll pay more in interest than you originally borrowed. Now, credit card companies will tell you, well, that's on them for not paying their bills, personal responsibility. And look, I'm not saying people don't have agency, but let's be real about how this system is designed. The entire credit card industry's profit model depends on a significant portion of customers failing. If everyone paid their bills on time and in full, credit cards would barely be profitable. The rewards programs would disappear overnight. The industry even has a term for customers who do this. They call them deadbeats. I'm not kidding. If you pay your bill in full every month, never pay interest, and only cost the company money in rewards, you're internally classified as a deadbeat. The profitable customers are the ones drowning in interest charges. They're called revolvers because they revolve a balance month after month. So the entire reward system is subsidized by people who are struggling. The person paying 21% interest on their credit card debt is funding your free flight to Europe. The person who missed a payment and got hit with a $40 late fee is paying for your cash back. The person who maxed out their card paying for emergency medical expenses is subsidizing your hotel points. And here's the really insidious part. The people most likely to carry balances and pay interest are the same people who can least afford it. According to the Urban Institute, households making under $50,000 a year are 3 times more likely to carry credit card debt than households making over $100,000 a year. They're also paying higher interest rates on average because their credit scores are lower. So the poorest Americans are paying the highest interest rates to fund rewards that primarily benefit the wealthiest Americans. It's reverse Robin Hood. It's taking from the poor to give to the rich, all wrapped up in a package that makes the rich feel financially savvy. Now let's talk about what this does to small businesses, because merchants are stuck in an impossible situation. If you're a small business owner, you basically have to accept credit cards. You don't have a choice anymore. According to the National Retail Federation, 79% of all transactions in America now happen on credit or debit cards. If you're a cash-only business, you're turning away 4 out of